Hi, this is Aaron of aaronjmarks.com, and welcome to A Higher Level. That's my podcast where everything we think, see, and do happens on a higher level. And we're in season two, and we're in the first series of season two, which is all about the different facets of my work. And we're on number seven, getting through this. So at least that's how it feels to me because I'm recording them all at once. So number seven, I'm a therapeutic healer of people and their cultures. And the way I say it is this: every culture that I work with becomes healthier, more open, more communicative, more organized, more focused, more trusting, more honest, more comfortable, more collaborative, more creative, more fun, more inspiring, and more successful. And that's indeed what I find. I know that was yeah, that may feel like a lot of strong claims, but it is indeed what I notice. So the as a therapist and a healer, a cultural healer, what is this? Why does it happen? Well, when you go and you hold a space for people in their culture, and it's a unique kind of space, a special kind of space where people can drop the guards that they have against, kind of the essence of their soul, and that friction that results from interacting with other people who have different agendas, different desires subtly, and different energy types. When we're really able to let those drop, let them go, and we can say, okay, how do you really feel here and why? That's very therapeutic. And I have a bunch of ways of describing this. So I was talking to someone, I was having coffee with this person a couple days ago. And the question I asked is all human socialization premised on lying in a certain way? And she said, yeah, I think that might be true. When you talk to anyone else, is there a lie there? Is there some sort of deception, or is there some sort of manipulation that you're engaging in? And I think, I tried very hard not to say this in a cynical way, because it's not cynical. It's actually very compassionate. It's very optimistic. But the fact is that we are all seeking things, and in a way, we are all using other people as a means to that seeking. And it's not possible for that to be any other way, right? It's like it's not possible to be just totally benevolent and not worry about your own needs at all. I think that's an incoherent thing to say. And yet there's this version of morality that, it comes from certain religious sensibilities. It also comes from certain philosophical sensibilities where we're kind of encouraged to just not think about our own needs at all. And to me, I don't see how that's possible, right? So it's like, if I engage in an interaction with you, I expect that we do that because we're both going to be improved by that interaction. Now, what's the deception there? I think the deception ultimately is that I'm totally focused on your needs and I'm not thinking about my own needs at all. And that I'm okay serving your needs and not having my needs taken care of by you. I think that's the deception. And I think that when we come clean about that, and this is not language I typically use when I engage in this process, but I think it's always a dynamic that's there. When we come clean about that and we say, well, there's certain things that make me happy here, and there's certain things that make me unhappy here, and that's true about you as well. Then we can put those dynamics out in the open, and we can say, okay, well, how can we keep the things that are making you happy? And how can we change some of the things that are making you unhappy? And then we ask the person next to them, are we able to do that process with you as well and help everyone get what they want better? And what I typically find is that, yes, you can improve cultures so that everyone gets more of what they want from sacrificing a little bit. Um, and that we're able to be honest about what everyone is there for and what everyone wants from that. And indeed, that honesty is a part of helping everyone to get what they want. Because there's this, I don't know, it's like it's a shame that we have, right? It's a shame that we have around wanting to be served and not just serve. And when we engage in commerce with people, when we relate to people, when we interact with people, we are doing it to serve, but we're also doing it to be served, right? Like that's just the way humans are. And to me, it makes sense to to let the shame around that go and just to be honest and say, yeah, I do have relationships with people because I want to give them something and I want something from them. And even the way that I just frame that, it's like you have to express one of them first. I express the other first and I express me second. And so that right there, that's an artifact of this way of thinking, which is highly suspicious of being served ourselves and always looking to serve the other first, right? To me, I feel like that's destructive to the human spirit, but I also don't know a better way. So I think we just have to live in that tension that we do have relationships to engage in mutual service, and that for whatever reason, we often feel uncomfortable about being served ourselves, but so much of our behavior is driven by what we want ourselves. And so when you take that sensibility into an organization or a group of people or a culture, it's very healing, even if it's not described that way explicitly. If you bring that sensibility into a group of people and create a safe space and allow everyone to open up within that perspective, the inevitable result is that people will be healed and that everyone will be able to get more of what they want um, from from the resulting structures of communication and strategy. So that's being a therapeutic healer of people and their cultures. Okay. Aaron of aaronjmarks.com. And this is a higher level, my podcast, where everything we think, see, and do happens on a higher level. I will see you in the next installment of the facets of my work, which I'm very intimidated by. And I'll explain why when I get there. All right. See you in installment number 8.